Hello, I've got kind of an exciting beer here. It is Oxbow Crossfade from January 2016. So this beer was in the bottle for a whole year while Obama was still president. That's how old it is. So I've had a bottle this a long time ago, and last time I had it on draft, fresh at the brewery, and it was fantastic, funky, really hoppy. Yeah, so they call this a blended farmhouse ale. I think it's a blend, of hop-forward Saisons and hop-forward Saison and Brett farmhouse ales, I think. It's bottle conditioned. I think since they started, maybe in 2017, they started saying an enjoy by or drink within. I think this one they say now you can age for 5 years, so this one is that I guess exactly 4.5 years of age, so gotta drink it now. Yeah, I got this from the store where they had a whole bunch of stuff, 25% and 50% off these old bottles that aren't popular anymore. The Bomber's kind of dead, and a lot of these stores have these more expensive ones that people just really aren't buying unless they're connoisseurs like myself. So I got this half price. This is definitely under cost. Maybe I'll go back and buy more. This is really good. But the thing is that this is just sitting out on a shelf, so I'm betting there could be some skunking for a really hoppy beer that's just been sitting around for 4 years in a liquor store. Maybe it was only there for 3 years, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't gush. It's very well chilled though. We shall see. Nope, no gushing. Yeah, I haven't had problems with gushing from anything from Oxbow, I don't think. So, let's jump right in. I'm smelling some nice, funky, fruity Brettanomyces. Very fizzy. Probably hear that. And pretty high carb, but not crazy like some Brettanomyces beers. And the head's it's not a very thick head. It's pretty wispy. The bubbles are pretty big. I don't know how long they're gonna stick around, but things are smelling very nice. I don't know what hops they use in this. Probably mostly or all American hops. Seems like that's what they would be doing for something like this. Oh, not skunky. It's in good shape. Wow, Brettanomyces preserves beer in an amazing way, and Oxbow just really knows how to brew these kinds of beers and bottle condition them properly. And I didn't mention this is 5%, maybe it's a little stronger now. It smells fantastic. Yeah, when you get your nose in there, it's quite barnyardy, mushroomy. I think a term I used to use for these kind of sweaty, hoppy, bready beers is people say dirty socks. I used to say gym clothes or sports equipment. That's a term I use. I think is pretty funny. It's got that muskiness, but it's pretty fruity still. Piney, a little bit resinous, but guava and sort of, now it's unripe tart sour peaches with pine and green things, herbal. It smells very, very nice. Yeah, it's very earthy in the taste. Almost a mentholy, minty note to it. Interesting. Yeah, I would say this is going downhill in the flavor. It's extremely dry. There's no body to this. The high carb helps to keep it, a little bit fluffy, but it's quite thin and prickly mostly though. And there's a little bit of that old hop bitterness that's very earthy and kind of leaves and dirt. So it's gone downhill a little bit, but surprisingly in good shape. Yeah, I would love to get a fresh bottle of this. If you ever see this on tap anywhere, which no, not many people are seeing things on tap anywhere, but get it, especially if you like them super hoppy, because this is getting definitely some aged flavor. Yeah, in the back end there might be some oxidation, but at first I didn't really smell it. But it's mainly like it's a little bit of an old hop flavor. It doesn't smell like cardboard or anything necessarily. But super refreshing and easy to drink. And it just has that dusty old hop thing in the finish that isn't super pleasant. But this would be a very good beer to blend with a fresher Saison, or I've been blending these with like wheat beers. Like you could do probably not a Hefeweizen unless you really like Hefeweizens, but like you could blend this with a Belgian white, something like that, and make it into like a really cool beer. But I haven't had anything in so long. They could call this a bread IPA, honestly, but that's what they call I think their Funk House is more like that, but they don't brew their Funk House very much. And I only had that once in a bottle that was a couple years old, and I was a little bit disappointed with the hop character. This one isn't that hoppy. That like if you really take a super duper hoppy beer and let it sit for 6 years like this, even with Brettanomyces, it might not be too great. And there's still like little to no sourness in this, because I know Brettanomyces can create acetic acid, and over the course of the years, just a teeny bit of oxidants in there, and maybe some oxygen that gets in the cap, would cause the Brettanomyces to perhaps create some vinegary qualities, but I don't think I'm getting any of that. Pretty fun beer. I hope they keep doing these ones. I think this is one they'll probably keep doing every once in a while, but some of these bigger bottles seems like they've kind of stopped doing. Like the other bottle I got from this liquor store was La Grisetta, which is like a low alcohol mixed fermentation grisette, and that one's also from 2016. They haven't done that one. They don't do the Funk House very much anymore. This is very, very fun to have. And that dirty, earthy finish isn't enough that I can't really enjoy this beer. But when it's fresh, it's literally one of my favorite beers. I wonder if it would still be my favorite beer after 2 years in the bottle, or maybe 1 year it would be. But very fresh. It's just the perfect blend of funky Brett and hops. So keep doing hoppy Brett beers, please, Oxbow. And in terms of this, at 4.5 years, I'd give it close to a 4.5, maybe even. Even though it's lost a lot of body, it's still exactly what I want to drink on a warm summer night. Bye.